Good morning guys, welcome back to the channel, and like the thumbnail says, this is not a clickbait. This is my stage 2 Mark 5 GTI, built engine, upgraded turbo, so many upgrades, and I'm scrapping it. Well, kind of. Check this out. So this is my 2005 VW Golf GTI. About a year ago, I picked up this car from Copart for 1,200 quid. I rebuilt it and I've done some mods. Shortly after that, I got a DM from the previous owner who gave me tons of receipts, and it turns out that this car had a fully built engine, it had upgraded cams, upgraded coil packs, and it was remapped to stage 2 plus. I swapped out the stock wastegate for a forged one, and I've done the R32 rear end conversion. But since then, the car has been plagued with a ton of electrical issues, the interior has fallen apart, and so this car has been sat for the last 6 months, until today. Let's do something about it. So guys, I hope you get the gist. This car has been absolutely ragged by the previous owner. It's got high mileage, but it's got a very good engine and it's got a very good gearbox with an uprated clutch. So this is the plan. I've actually gone ahead on Copart. I found a like-for-like car, Mark 5 GTI, but it's super clean. And Copart reckons it's got an undiagnosed noise from the engine bay. I wonder what that could be. I went ahead and I won this car, and the car got delivered last night. So I'm gonna show you how much I got the car for, and we're gonna go check out that car, and then I'm gonna show you exactly what I plan to do. It's gonna be crazy. So guys, right in the background all along was this 2008 VW Golf GTI, which I picked up from Copart for a steal of a price. But it's a little bit interesting. Let me explain. So I won this car for 1,250 quid, but Copart wanted 2,800. I stayed at 1.2 and they came back to me with 1.3. As soon as I saw that, I knew I had them. Now this car was super clean and it's unrecorded, but if you have a look here, Copart said that there was an undiagnosed noise coming from the engine bay, so I assumed that the engine was gone. Do you get where I'm going with this? Now as soon as the car was offloaded, it started up, but as you can see, it's completely blowing. But have a look at this interior. We've got heated leather seats, which appear to be in great condition and is a massive upgrade. The paintwork is in excellent condition and everything seems to be working except for this little problem, which is the engine light and a massively shaking engine. It came with both original fob keys, and as an added bonus, as soon as I opened up the glove, I found the complete service book pack with tons of service history, which is a plus. And I think this is going to make the perfect donor car to actually do something crazy. I'm about to, actually, let me just show you. So guys, check it out, another GTI, but this one is mint. It's unrecorded. It's got 2 keys, it's got full service history. Like I said earlier, Copart said it's got an undiagnosed noise from the engine bay. I totally expected the engine to be knocking or something serious, but it looks like it's misfiring. Akil, yeah? It looks like it's misfiring. Have a listen. It's definitely misfiring, it's definitely blowing, but boy, it's a clean car. And the plan is, we're gonna take all the good bits of this, replace all the bad bits of this, and we're going to be building this to a very high spec. It's very clean, HPI clear, 2 keys, full service, and we got some stock alloys. We might upgrade the alloys. Like for example, this grille is not in great condition. I can get that grille, make that grille onto this car. You get the gist. But have a look, all the lights are lining up perfectly, bumpers is lining up perfectly, and guess what? It's almost the same color as my M140. Like, we're going to bring this one into the SN family. It's going to be sick. So the first thing we need to do is stick it on the diagnostics, see exactly why it's misfiring. The oil looks fresh, or no? Normally you can see up here if it's yellow. Guys, have a look at this. When it comes to the Mark 4s and the Mark 5 Golfs, I always remembered, you see when you see that milky substance there, that means that the water is mixing with the oil. And that's a sign of a blown head gasket. I might be wrong, but that looks like a blown head gasket. You never know. We'll see what the diagnostic says anyway. Now whilst Akil's doing that, let me show you around the car a bit more. Have a look at this. That battery is great because it started straight up. Got a set of stock Mark 5 GTI alloys, and these are the Mark 5 calipers with the brake disc. I know for a fact that that car there has got the R32 bigger calipers and bigger brake discs, so once again we can swap that stuff over. But the paint was actually not in bad condition, it's in great condition actually. Maybe a little polish would do it some justice, but have a look at that. Coming out to the rear, there's in great condition there as well. Is this working? Yep, this is working. Like literally, look at the interior. Clean, 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 clean. Everything is there. The interior of this one, have a look, it's a mess. There's nothing there. So you can see what I'm going for. All the performance of this car, this is stage 2. It's got a lot of work that's gone into the engine. And we're gonna be putting it onto this because it looks like this engine is gonna be bad. Regardless, if you can fix this, I'll fix that engine, sell it. If not, I don't know what I'll do with that, but for a fact, we're gonna put the other engine in this car. The interior is really, really clean. Have a look, we've got a nice upgrade on the seats on the other one. Seats are comfortable. It's only got that little bit of cracking right there. Nothing too crazy. Got the 2 keys. This is the higher version on this car. This is the higher version cluster. Have a look. The other car hasn't got all of that. I've got an Android unit that I can replace this if I want. But like literally everything in this car is super clean and I did not expect to see all of this. Have a look at that. So guys, like the title says, I am scrapping the Mark 5 GTI Stage 2 that's fully built, but this one is gonna come to life and you're gonna be here for it. So if you wanna see how we get on, subscribe to the channel. Let's head out, see how Akil's getting on, and hopefully we can diagnose this car. So guys, have a look at that. That's my foot completely flat. Yeah, it's blowing everywhere. Fuel rail.
Circuit.
So it's coming up with the fuel rail circuit. What if it's just a loose wire on the fuel rail?
Or they show 3 cylinders misfire, but first we have to find out this fuel rail.
Okay, so guys, you heard that. Fuel rail's got an issue, which is causing 3 cylinders to misfire of the 4. But it's definitely not, it's not, look, that's my foot flat. And it's going down now, it's bogging.
Sounding better and better, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's definitely got a problem, guys. Definitely got a problem. But other than that, look, there's no other lights. We've got a light for 1 bulb, but there's no other lights. On that other car, it's just got a hell of a lot of issues with the electric side of things as well. So yeah, this is gonna be a nice little project and I'm looking forward to it. So guys, if you look at this one, this is the top fuel rail. There's another one, fuel rail, high pressure fuel pump, but there's another one down in the bottom, but you can see that's quite new. Someone's changed that before. So it seems that someone's tried to rectify this problem. They couldn't get it done and they stuck it on copart. And this is what happens when you get a lot of these unrecorded cars. Like everything on this car is just too good to be true, but I expected this anyway. It's unrecorded, 2 keys, full service history, and it's got the logbook. Like, come on. Have a listen to that. It's definitely not shaking as much. It's still shaking, but it's definitely not shaking as much. What if it's just something really simple and we can fix this engine? Like, I totally expected this engine to be completely gone, busted, knocking in the bottom end or something like that. But, you know what? If we can get this engine fixed, this is a nice chunk of money on our investment that we can return. But that engine is still going into it. Have a look at this one. This is still going into it. I've got all the receipts. This is a forged engine. It's been completely rebuilt. I kept saying it. It's got tons and tons of mods in this engine and it produces good power. Once I get this engine out the car, I'm gonna try to get both engines at the same time, and anything that I can see that is not working properly, like I know for a fact, this turbo needs a change, so I'm gonna probably swap the turbo, or I might upgrade the turbo again, I don't know. Do let me know what you think in the comments, but these headlights are gonna go. You can see how everything on this car, it's just ragged, it's not really lining up perfectly. You can just see, it's just beaten up. Alright guys, so it's the next morning. Check this out, check this out, check this out. I am gassed. We checked this fuel pump, that seemed alright, but down in there was another sensor. I don't know if you can see it there, but there was another sensor, and the plug for the sensor had just dropped off. That's a high pressure fuel sensor, and that's what was coming up on the diagnostic. As of now, the only thing that's coming up is the MAF, which is unplugged, and it says that the fuel system is too low, so there's not enough fuel in the car. I'm assuming copart kind of cleared it all out. It's below the red line. So I'm gonna head down to the petrol garage now. I'm gonna stick 20 quid in 99% octane fuel in the car, bring up whatever fuel's left in there, bring up the octane levels. It's probably been sat for a while. Stick some fuel in and see what happens. But this is gonna be a result, because this is gonna be another engine that I can sell and recoup as much money as I can on this investment. But let's head down to the petrol garage, get back. Another thing with this one, central locking doesn't work. You'll have to do that. Old school fuel tank, let go. See guys, it's a weird one. This is the alternator light. This has never gone off for the last 4 months, 5 months. The car started straight up as you saw. The battery doesn't drain, but yeah, let go. Like it's shaking a little bit and it's slow to accelerate. The revs are going up way too slow. But it's revving a lot higher. It was never getting past 3,000 revs yesterday. Let me get the computer. I'll clear it all up again. I'll let you know the outcome. Alright you guys, so I've cleared everything on the diagnostic. The engine light is gone, but have a look at this. As soon as I restarted the car, it's come up with these 2 fault codes. First one is for mass airflow, which I showed you, that's unplugged. But fuel rail system, the pressure is too low. If everything is plugged in, everything is bolted down as it should, this is pointing, from my experience, this is pointing at a blown injector. Maybe injector is stuck open. This is just my theory. Injector is stuck open, so it can't maintain the high pressures which is needed for the engine to run properly. I don't know if it's going to be 1 injector, 2 injectors, or all 4. But have a look at that. The engine light has just come back on. And if you get a solid engine light and the engine is running fine, most of the time it's going to be a sensor. But when you see the engine light is flashing like that, that means that it's a current problem and we need to shut it down. So that's what I'm going to do. Shut it all down. Look who's just come. What do you think of it? I thought that this engine is going to be knocking, but it's not knocking, it's misfiring, but it's not knocking. Guys, let me know what you think it is in the comments. Like, pause it, let me know what you think this issue is. I think it's a blown injector. Guys, I'm not really bothered about this because I've got a whole new engine to put into this car. But if we can fix this engine, that's going to be more money that we can make when we sell either the engine off this or the engine off the other one. We found this plug. There's a plug for this sensor here that was unplugged. So we plugged it back in. And now it's saying that the fuel rail system is too low. The pressure in the fuel rail is too low. What do you reckon? Mr. Maestro?
I'm feeling sick today, very ill.
What? Where's the energy gone?
Oh no, it's gone walkie.
It's gone walkie back, yeah?
Yeah.
Guys, Monday morning, he's had a hard one on the bender.
No, don't drink, non-alcoholic.
We'll strip it all down and we'll see what's going on down there, man. The guru himself, Dino, he's an old school mechanic. He's coming, we've done some diagnosing. So look, 4 cylinders, 1, 2, 3, and that's the 4th one. We've taken out the coil pack. So with this coil pack removed from cylinder number 4, the engine is running exactly the same as it was running all along. So it's only running on 3 cylinders. Like if I take one of these out, I tried it before, the engine cuts off. So it's actually running on 3 cylinders there. The 4th cylinder's got an issue. It's either going to be the spark plug, it's either going to be the coil pack, or it's going to be the injector. And I reckon it's the injector. Now, have a look at here. You can see it's come up misfire on cylinder 4, so that's our issue. So the engine seems to be salvageable. What do you think we should do? Should we salvage this engine and do some work to this engine in the car, or should we just remove it, swap it over? Let me know. So guys, there you have it. That has left us with a big predicament. This engine is actually in really good nick compared to the other engine, although the other engine's got a lot of work into it, higher mileage. It's giving me a real conundrum. Do I fix this engine, leave this engine in the car, and just do some work onto this engine? Or do I go ahead with the original plan, just swap the engine and sell it as it is? Let me know what you think I should do in the comments. You've got the plan for the Mark 5 GTI. We're going to be doing lots of work on this car. We're going to be doing lots of content on this car. So if you want to follow this build, subscribe to the channel. This is where we're going to end this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode because whatever we decide to do is going to be exciting. We're going to have lots of fun and I've got big plans for this build. So like I always say, keep it moving and I'll see you in the next one. But it feels so good to be driving in the Aston. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed that, why don't you check out one of my previous videos on the left? There's plenty in the playlist. And if you want to know more about the Salvage game, why don't you become a member of Salvage Nation and I'll be there to guide you along the way. And don't forget you can follow me on Facebook, TikTok and Instagram if you want to get an inside scoop before YouTube.